Alright, welcome back to Planet Crafter. As you'll see as I look out my window here, the water has definitely risen. It's definitely come a long way. I've got a couple of algae generators out there to bring up some of the bio readings that we've got. Also did a couple of upgrades to myself. I did end up working out how to get the capability of producing, oh come on finger, hit the right button, the explosive powder that's required for the tier 3 agility boots. And also there was one other thing that I was looking at too, the methane cartridge. Haven't got yet because we don't have those. If we look around, I've done some changes. I put up, and this was up in here already, the biodome, and as you can see it generates 102 per second O2. Takes a bit of power, and then this is what allows you to make the explosive powder, and it allows you to build some other things as well. I've moved a few things around, like generate a few more rooms down this way, and here is where we produce things. Now we've seen the bioplastic nuggets. I am going to need the mushroom plants up and running at some point, but there's also other things that require fertilizer. There's the T2 fertilizer. As you can see, we haven't got the methane cartridge yet, but that's okay. Now if we run off outside, I've done a few changes, moved some stuff around, moved this thing out of the way so I could get the biodome in there. And yeah, look at that. I love the models in this game. They look really cool. And there we have, forgotten what it's called, the biolab. Did make some more T2 nuclear reactors. Good thing about the T2s is they're doing 331.5 rather than 86. So it's pretty much more than 4 times the amount. Now, I was moaning and whining about my lack of super alloy due to the fact that, as I said in the last episode, I died with a massive amount of super alloy on me, and obviously because I'm in intense level it all disappeared. But if you take one of these down and put one of those up, you only require 1 super alloy. Yeah, it requires a bit more uranium rods, but we can build those now, so that's not too much of an issue. And the fact that I sent up, I still haven't moved those yet. I'm going to have to, once I get more of these, I'm just going to get rid of all of those. They're just getting in the way. Sent up a few more rockets, and if we look in here, we can see now we've got 1,000 ppqs per second. So it's going up a little bit faster. These guys, they're now up to 4,000, almost 5,000 and 4,000 for the heat and the pressure, and the biomass due to the fact that I've also got some grass growers. So little patches of grass are starting to get made everywhere. Yeah, look at that. What a cool view. Isn't that a cool view? Yeah, I love it. So, what are we going to do today? I put this up. And this, do I have any water on me? Nope, I do not. Let's go get some water. And I might as well eat some food while I'm at it. I did put that up, and that is the communication antenna. Receives transmission from outer space using combination with transmission screen. So then I put the transmission screen up, and I started getting a whole pile of messages. Now, you remember back in the large wreck over there, we saw that screen and we had to look, see what was written on the screen, and it was when everything went pear-shaped, and the one over on the top there. They were about 3034. Now this is the message from the Sentinel Corp, and this is to convict us. This is, we've chosen our sentence to be commuted to an extradition. To get all the charges against you dropped, you must fully terraform this planet. Our sensors will periodically scan your progress and send you the required blueprints. Do not try to contact Sentinel Corp. It goes on to say more, so you can have a quick read if you want to. The year 3058. So this is quite a little, 20 odd years after that happened. Now we've got a couple of messages from this guy called Riley. Hello, I finally managed to locate the system they sent you to. So we've obviously known Riley beforehand. I don't have much time, but I'll try to give some advice. The success rate for planet crafters is very low because it's an almost impossible task. You should find space food in your pod and maybe space wrecks. You'll be able to grow food when you meet the requirements, so try to get some veggie seeds. Exploration and improvements are essential. Explore and improve your equipment to increase your chance of survival. I hope this message reaches us. There's another one here. Okay, he's got more info for us. It's a bit late now because we knew this already. I read that you have a great chance of success if you build your base at an altitude. I'm not sure why yet. Well, the one thing we found that is the water goes up. And if you manage to heat the planet up enough, some caves should become accessible when the ice melts. And one last thing you can, and the message was intercepted, but there's also messages that you find when you're running around. And that's the cargo ship, the one that got dragged out of hyperspace and crashed. We've got this guy here, machine optimizer. That's handy, utterly useless to us right now, but it's handy. Remember, that was the arch. We found this in the arch, and that obviously was the warp gate that they'd built. And then there's Ickless. I found something. So there's our ship crashing this planet for an unknown reason. Another one of those things got dragged out of hyperspace by the sounds of it, and that is in 3037, 3021, 3034, 3037. So kind of thinking that these guys were probably the one who would be that 13 years after crashing tried to create this gate, but everything went absolutely pear-shaped, which isn't great for them, unfortunately. So now, like I said, I found something, so we'll go and have a quick peek. Well, on the way over, while I was to take that look at the thing I found, look at that. We've now got waterfalls. So what we'll do is, once we've had a look at what we're about to, we're going to go over and have a look. There's another message just turned up. Okay, so you'll see the big ship in the background. Well, as I'm wandering around, actually no, I was flying around this time, I saw this. So if we come down here, there's a bit of a hole. There's a few bits and pieces in here. Grab. Don't want the squash. Get that. Get the bioplastic. Everything else, not so worried about now. But this is where that message from Ickless. And obviously it's come from there. So not much else here. Alright, so I built a bigger box. I went back, grabbed some more mats. I've got a few boxes here as well. The lockers, just in case I want to get some stuff. Well, I'm going to probably produce more because I realized a couple of things. One, I don't want to be running all the way back to get food. I don't know how much food I'm going to find over this area. I'm sure I'll find some, but I'm just not exactly sure the amount. And then also the fact that there's no ice anymore, I got enough so I could build another couple of the water towers. But actually, I haven't looked in here yet. Oh, don't do that. So let's go see. What have we got? We got some things. Definitely need these guys more than those for the time being. Although I could definitely think I need to build a fabricator, tier 2 fabricator. Hydration level is already low, which isn't the best, but that's okay. We've got that being built, and also air, food, water in here as well. So I wanted that so I could build this little devil here. Don't know why, but I generally always put these right by the doorway. So let's go and have a look, shall we? So I've got a waterfall over there. And there's a shelf at the top. And you know what you're always doing waterfalls in games? Go and have a look behind the waterfall. I don't know what it is. It's just something that done for a look at that for a very long time. Okay. This is something you generally find later on in the game. Can be destroyed with explosives. Can't build explosives yet, so bums. Not much we can do about that. And always look underwater in this game. There's usually something under the water. And as you can see, there's these little valleys running through here as well. In these little valleys, I don't think there's anything in these guys, but I'm just going to swim along here and have a peek anyway. I'm a little bit disappointed there's nothing behind that. And here we have another pool, small waterfall. Go and have a look. Doesn't appear to be anything currently, does there? So let's go up here. I'm just thinking, did I remember to bring O2 with me? I've got a small... Stop that. I've got a small amount. What I probably could do with doing is just gathering a few of these, so on the way back, if necessary, I can make myself some more O2. But as you can see, those are the spires. Those are the things that I died around when I was getting all the super alloy. Jumping from one spot to another to try and get as much super alloy as I could. Unfortunately, being a dumbass, I ended up falling down and dying with too much super alloy. And consequently, I've had to make most of the super alloy that I've gotten so far. So if we're going to go on a bit of an extended journey, let's take a fair whack with us, shall we? O2, that is. Another message. At some point we'll have a look at that. Hey, look, caves. Aha! Now remember that stuff we found out in that valley? That's the pulsar quartz. This stuff is well needed later in the game. In fact, you need so much of it, you end up actually occasionally even building the stuff. But there are ways of getting more back. So we're going to have a quick run through there. I'm not going to get everything, just a couple of them. But as you can see behind there, there's a way through there. And we obviously need more heat generation to actually get into that. So that's just not much in there, although we can always do with some more uranium. And look at that, there is a waterfall. Let's have a look behind this waterfall, see if there's anything. Oop, there's a chest. What I might do is grab that and then grab a couple of titanium. Go through this here and then see what we can build a box at the end, just so I don't have to go through too much of the O2 canisters that I brought with me. Oh, there's a chest up there. We'll come back for that in a tick, shall we? There's some more pulsar in there. And I'm pretty sure this is about the maximum sort of height that all of this water is going to get to. So let us... I'm sure I picked 2 titanium up. But it looks like there's some over here. Yeah, I know. O2 is low. Right. Let's let that get back. Maybe Maybe I should have brought some more water with me. Alright, well now that we've got a bit of a place on the end of this side... Oh, there's a way in through here. Let's have a look. It's just a different access to this cave with all of this pulsar quartz. This is magnetar quartz. So there are 5 different types of quartzes that you can collect. And can't get to the other 2 as yet by the looks of it. But can... big hole in the ceiling. Can we get up there? I don't think we're going to get there just yet. But there was that chest up there. Can we come around this way? And look, there's a way up here. Was it up here or was it a bit further back? Oh, look at those arches. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? But there's a chest over there. Let's go and have a look at that. I'll grab the aluminium because that's generally relatively helpful. Now, where was that other chest? Might be over that way. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Start to look a little bit light on the O2. We can deal with that. Oh, and there, inside that one, is some more type of quartz. And that's quasar quartz. We don't have anything that is useful just yet, so I'm not going to worry about filling my inventory up with it. Where was that? Let's come back this way. Oh, I'll find it later. So let's have a look around here. Let's do that before we die. Definitely grab that. The aluminium. Don't really need bean seeds anymore because we've got a load of bean seeds. Although saying that, for extended areas, when we go out and build another base and get out places, it will come in handy. And 400% multiplier is definitely worth it, I think. Actually, we were going this way, weren't we? So let's have a run around, because there are more caves to be wandering through. There it is. How did I miss that? It's definitely across from there. Okay. Let's go up. We need to drop down. Obviously, I was hugging the edge, so I couldn't see it. Or hugging the wall, should I say, because I didn't want to fall off the edge. Should be down here. Yep, there we go. What have you got for us? I'm doing it again. I'm picking up all the goddamn seeds when I don't need to. And if we go... Look, it's all green. Guess what that means? There is more uranium to be had. And this will lead us out over to here. Why am I not able to go that way? That was a bit weird. Right, let's go dump... Actually, before we do that, I'll just show you something else that I saw. That's the reason why I came out this way in the first place. It's what we're about to look at now. I saw this off in the distance, and I thought, oh, let's go and have a look. But it's another one of those but things. See those rocks? Need explosives to get into that one. So not much use in being there at the moment. But as you can see, it's expanding all out here. And there is a way up that way. So what we should do is go back, get some more water, probably grab some food as well. And then also a whole pile of O2 and go for a wander up that alleyway, or valley. But we'll have a quick look around the wall, because I do know that there are caves along, more caves along that wall as well. Okay, look there, that bit's starting to melt as well. And eventually we'll have a bit to look behind there and see if there's anything behind that waterfall. And across we go. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a whole pile of mats, grab a whole pile of other bits and pieces, and get ready to go on a bit more. We'll do a roll through there, and then once we've done that and got those materials, 79%, almost there. Okay, so as you can see, I've got some O2, I've got some water, a little bit of food. That lot will be grown by the time we get back. Now, we had a quick peek along here, so, and there's a waterfall down there, but we're not going to go that way at the moment. We're going to go for a wander through here. Can't get through that, but there is more stuff over this way. So we're going to have a peek. Don't know how much is going to be available due to the fact that there's still a lot of ice around here. Yep. The rest of those can stay for the time being. And there was more going this way, wasn't there? Ooh, another chest. Lots of chests around here. And a bit more aluminium. Aluminium. Oh, there's still ice up here. There is no ice further back that way, so... but I don't really need the ice. Although you can use it to build some things, so I might just grab some of that anyway. Considering we haven't gone too far yet, I'm just going to go back, dump that lot off, and then we'll come back here. Well, just as I paused the last recording, another piece of tech just popped up. And if we pop down here, T4 drill does require a massive amount of super alloy and 3 osmium per, which we can get a small amount of at the moment. But if you look at that, creates 20 heat, but it's 367 pressures per second, but it takes 54 energy. This guy 10 energy, but look at that, that's 13, 365 from 13 pressure to 365. There's also that's 100 times increase in the heat that it generates. I mean, there's nowhere near actually no, it actually produces almost the same heat as a tier 3 heater, which is going to be helpful. Alright, let me get back to where we were. Alright, well, we're back in this little cave. So let's have an explore further, see what else we can find, shall we? I'm not sure if it's really helpful using the jetpack in here or not. There's all this ice. I keep on looking at it and want to grab it, but I don't need it anymore. Whoop, box. Super alloy, always grab that. Anything around here we might have missed? More ice. Nothing there. Ah, there's another box. Super alloy, always good to have. The rest of those can stay for the time being. I probably will come through here and then just go through all of these at one point and then just get all of them if, well, let's be brutally honest, if I can be bothered. Nothing there. But there is a box that I didn't see. And let's get back to the wall. Oh, look at that. That's a different wreck. I don't remember that one. Oh, they must have added quite a few bits and pieces. Oh, it's all blocked up again with the explosive stuff. They've obviously added more stuff since I finished Prime the first time around eons ago. And I think this is just leading us back to where I came out, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. Although I haven't been able to get on top of here the last time, so let's have a look. Doesn't look like there's anything behind here. Anything underwater? Nope. Well, let's continue on. O2 is getting a little low. To keep an eye on that, obviously. Well, here's another box. Not finding much in here. I really should be leaving these though. I remember when I was saying about the later you leave the opening of the boxes, the better the things that they will contain. I think from now on I might actually just leave that as it is. Alright, so now there's a place that we kind of saw a little bit earlier on but didn't actually visit. And that is down here. And there is some stuff down there. There's another little ship. Question. But you need to go all the way around there to get back. And you see there's a box up there. All the way back to get back to there. But we're not going to touch that right now. So let's go back to our box. Home. Away from home. And get prepared to go on a trip through the arches over there. So I'll meet you when we sort that out. Now I was just flying back. Look at this. We're going through the desert. The big ship's behind me. Look at all of this. It's starting to turn green. We're having an effect on this planet. Brilliant. Like I said, I don't remember it happening all this quickly when I was first playing the game. So I think there has been, been a couple of changes in the how quick things tend to generate. But let's get back here because while we were away, we did get a couple more messages. Let's have a look what they've got to say. So we've got Riley, Sentinel Core, and another convict. Okay, what does Riley got to say? Use ore extractors in different areas to extract specific materials and, I guess, rockets are really important to help you boost your generation and encrypted. Your planet specifications, identification unnamed, corporation ownership unclaimed, hazard level none, I beg to differ, sector is Issual Prime, history unknown. Planet, unnamed, is located in the Issual Prime sector, a pre-civilization sector, crossed mostly by trade ships travelling between big spaceports. The sector has 842 planets, 13,511 stars, and is 7,000 parsecs wide. The planet has been identified as a possible candidate for future colonization. Okay, it's a bit late for me to say that. You should have had that way up here, I would have thought, but okay. What is convict whatever? To whoever receives this message, I'm a planet crafter sent to the Megoria 3 planet. If you've received this, it means you are near. Maybe you're a planet crafter as well. The weather is atrocious and I'm running out of resources. There's not enough on this barren world to terraform it. I don't know why I chose this. Death would have been more pleasant than this hell. If anyone can send me help, please do. I don't think we've got any way of doing that as yet. But anyway, let's unload. Can't really build them yet because that's a lot of super alloy. And there's nothing much else in here apart from this screen mapping. So what I'm basically thinking of, if we come up this way, we'll go up the station, we'll send a GPS satellite up. That should get us a map So we've got map information rocket, display points of interest on the map, provides better geolocation to the mapping screen, and a GPS satellite. I didn't put the other pinning thing in, did I? But let's do that one first. This is going to take a fair whack of super alloy. So let me, because I have now got quite a lot of aluminium. If I don't have enough super alloy, and I'm pretty sure I won't, make some GPS rockets and get that sorted. And also, where's the pinning one? Where's the pin? That one. No, I still can't make methane cartridges, so that's out the window already. Let's get all that stuff ready so we can send up some more rockets, eh? Alright, I'll be back when I've got all that ready to go. Alright, so, storm just cleared up. We're up here, we've got everything ready to put up these guys. Now, I was hoping to get that done, but I can't make a super alloy rod yet, so that's not exactly helpful. But the display points of interest are the areas where you can dump down specific miners to mine very specific ores. So, but we do want that sucker. Up you go, up you go. Now we're going to want this one. We don't really need both, to be perfectly honest. But, it's better off. So, now what we want to do, there is a chip you can get that allows you to bring up a mapping on your screen. Can't do it yet because we don't have that chip. But what we can do is if we look in here, we need a microchip, compass, iron, and silicon. So we're going to need another one of these suckers here. So, iron, 2 silicon, 2 aluminium, and a magnesium. Let's go grab those. So now, if we stick this sucker right there, click on that, look at this. We get to have a look around, and as you can see from, you've got the zoom in using the mouse wheel. Now I can only go that far, but as you can see, if you get a T3 and T4 you can actually zoom out quite a lot further. But that is where we were just wandering around, and as you can see, there's our little home box just there with the water collectors. But there's more stuff to be had to the south. There's another ship there. There is also, there's that one on the hill. So there's another ship just down here as well. And there's something just there, if you'll notice. So, what we should do is, I don't know if we can actually get there yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to load up on a whole pile of O2, and we're going to try and get through this section here. And I'm hoping that that ice is cleared shortly. Actually, what is heat-wise? Well, we're at 15. We needed 5. Was it micro? Is that micro or milli? I'm thinking that, I think that might be micro, isn't it? Is that micro kelvins? Anyway, what do they call it? Mu? I think it is. So let's get, well, let me get ready for another expedition. Offer that away and see. But I do know that there is a way of getting through there later on in the game. I just don't know if it's open up yet. But we'll try that first. But let's get some supplies sorted. Okay, have a whole pile of bits and pieces in the inventory. Quite a bit of O2, load of water. I don't really want to build any more of that stuff. Some food and enough to build a box. So let's go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go. I do know that later in the game you can get through there. I don't know if you can yet. I haven't had a look. So we're going to have a try with that first. Because, again, this will lead us into all new areas. But it might not be warm enough to get through there yet. Saying that, that hole that's by that ship up on the hill is open. I just don't remember whether I can get through the entire thing or not at the moment. But, wait, well, let's see what happens up here first. We've got, like I said, a whole pile of O2 on us, so necessary. We can go for a little while before we need to build a box. No, that's not looking open yet. Oh, we can get in there. No, it's definitely not open yet. Oh no. I think I might be stuck in here. Let's go and have a look what's down this end then. Well, that was a bit weird. Okay, let's go back to our original plan. And we should be able to get to the box in time without me having to use any oxygen canisters. But I do have that fabricator there, so if necessary I can always run around, gather a little bit more cobalt and make some more oxygen tanks. Here we go, around the corner into the grey area. I don't know if you caught that, but there was something just in the top above there that wasn't fully rendered in. It would look like a bit of landscape rather than anything else, so it did look a little weird. Right, let's load up on O2. And through we go. Now we're going to need to go up here and turn right. And all of this stuff, I mean, look at it all. I don't know what that is. You can't mine it, but it has nothing else. It's just a different biome. And there's some more of that pulsar crystal. And let's get out into the light. Now, it's a bit unfortunate that we don't have that map on us so we can actually see exactly how far we've come. But hey-oh, it's the way it goes, isn't it? Oh, I'm not sure where that thing was. Oh, and there is one thing I do know around here. Up on that, if I remember correctly, is another yellow box. And obviously getting a 600% O2 production seed would be extremely helpful. There we go. That's what we were looking at earlier. So what we'll end up doing, I think, is putting a box just on the hill there, just above it. And you can get in that, and we can go and have a look and see what we can find in there. And all of these will fill with water. I don't remember exactly just how big that one is. But we're going to have an explore. Get in there to get some O2. And I should have enough to build a box as well. And don't need any water yet. Or the food. Well, let's take 2 O2. Stuff it. Let's grab some. I don't remember just how big this is. It's been a little while since I've played this game. Right, what do we have? Come on. Well, this is a much bigger room. Oh, stairs. Look at that. Come on, let me in. So a couple of boxes here and there. Another spacesuit box. Anything of any interest to us for the moment. Sulfur is always something that I'm going to need. The rest of these guys, we can find that anywhere. And that is pretty much it in here. But considering there's those round doors, remember I was saying about the fusion thing? We're going to need to get a fusion cell, and I'm pretty sure some of those are going to open. Right, what's next? Damn, that takes a while to get rid of, doesn't it? Oh, there's another blueprint chip. And what have we got in here? Get those two, get the aluminium, leave the rest. There's a lot of screens. Are there any more screens with any more information on them? Not that I'm seeing. These things don't have any screens anyway, do they? Okay. Wow, there's obviously something down there that we're going to need to get to, that we require the T2 deconstruction chip. Well, we don't have that one yet, do we? And here's another set of stairs. Well, grab those. We do need the shrooms. Whoops. No, I was supposed to slurp that down, not do that. So let's grab the shrooms. I think that looks like everything in here. So I would, from what I can see, I'm kind of thinking that we have to go back down through there, get rid of the computers, so we can then get to the fusion cell so we can actually open up this area further. Well, at least there's another box down this end, which doesn't really have much in there. But hey-ho. And we're out again. Okay. We're going to go and see if my idea was correct. Actually, no, give me that. I'm just going to build another box. Right, go away you. And grab, just in case. Just in case. Now you see there's a ledge running right up there. Up here, as well, there's a whole pile more super alloy. And that's one of the reasons why we ended up coming this way. Because those rockets get a bit expensive to launch, and I wouldn't mind getting some more rockets up there, because in that way the heat would go up, the pressure will go up a lot quicker. Come on. Thank you. And everything will progress faster. It was coming up here when I saw all this that I thought to myself, I wonder what's further up. And went all the way to the very, very top. See, it goes all the way up like that. Kind of obvious. It's like in Astromedica. They drop, especially in Theta 12 at least, they drop all those red lights down, so lead you in the direction that they want you to go. So I'm pretty sure they've got the same idea here, or at least they had that idea a lot earlier, because this game's a bit older than Astromedica. And a bit further up. Is there any over there? Nope. How are we looking so far? Look at all of that. Well, this will make up for all that stuff that I lost when I died. There's some more. And look at that. A golden box with another really nice seed. And that's going to be helpful. Give me that. Give me that. Don't really need any more squash, but I'm going to grab them anyway. Let's break that down because you do get another one. Now, I don't exactly remember where, but I know there's another one around here somewhere. Okay. Look at all of this. I'm getting a bit low on water, so I should go back. But there are more boxes around here as well. Oh, God damn it. That was almost disastrous, wasn't it? Hoo-wee! There it is. I knew there was another one around here somewhere. Give me that. I don't really need two of those. I don't really need any more squash seeds for the time being. I wouldn't mind the alloy by breaking down the box, but that's not as important as yet. But there's also other things that you can't see from where you were, but it kind of alludes to it, and we'll show you that on the way back into that valley. So let's dump. I'm going to need to build another box, aren't I? More than likely. Before we do that, though, because we've got a bit of time up our sleeve, I'll say, let's eat something. Drink some water. Get enough to make a couple more of these. Do have a fair whack of water in here, so that will help. Oh, that's right. I was going to say I was going to build another box, wasn't I? Because I definitely need to. If I find any more stuff, at least, anyway. Come on, give me iron. I'm starting to get a little thirsty. There's some. And there's some down there as well. Alright. But if you look over that way, you can see those lines up there. There's a big gap in there. There is a massive... I don't know, have you ever seen Erzberg Rodeo? I'm not sure if anybody has or not, but Erzberg Rodeo is a race that's set... motorbike race that's set in an open cast mine in Austria, and it looks a lot like something like that. So let's slurp down some water. Slurp down. Let's get both of those full of food. Is there going to be enough O2? Probably. Let's go grab some more. And we got enough for 2 more. That should hopefully help make it feel a little less unsafe. Yeah, right, let's go. I'd feel a lot safer if I had a box midway. But we'll see how far it goes, and if necessary, we can always build a box when we get there. My natural inclination says, let's have a look. Subtle. Right. because there's plenty of materials around here, right? And all of this will start getting green as well. But I reckon there's enough materials here that I don't need to worry about building a box just yet. And having, what's it? I've got like 6 O2 tanks. Should be enough to keep us going for a while longer yet. Obviously it won't be as nice as having the ability just to breathe. But it's going to take a little while longer yet before we can get to that. Look, you can see green. It hasn't even cleared up any of this yet. So there's no point coming down this way yet. But it's amazing looking thing. It's like I said, it's like an open cast mine. I don't know if that's going to be open yet. Let's go and have a check of that, shall we? Now the only annoying thing about this is you've got to keep your thumb pressed down on the space bar to keep flying. It'd be nice if it wasn't. You didn't have to do that. Now, any of this melted as yet? Ah, will you look at this. Now, remember there was some stuff back in the... Oh, there's still some ice in here. Thing. It said we needed zeolite. Well, this is zeolite. But it's going to take a little while before it starts to appear, obviously. I'm getting well out of here. Now, I do know that if you come down here, this will... Actually, no, it's already doing it. I'll say it'll eventually hook you up to the osmium cave. Which leads me to wonder, is this up here already open as well? It is indeed. And again, this is a... That's where I was. I was thinking of going a different way. I was thinking I was going back into the major osmium cave that's a lot further over past the iridium one. And I guess I was wrong. Alright, let's get back through here. And let's have a peek down here. Aha! No, it does. So let's go back through the zeolite. Can't wait till we get some zeolite because that's going to give us some more bits and pieces. Oh, well, at least there's a blueprint for a chip. And there's some more seeds there if we ever really want to go nuts on the generation of O2. And we will eventually. Just not right now. A lot of iron. And we need to go back up here to get out. Saw nothing in those ponds as yet. Things will eventually grow in those ponds. But we need to do a little bit more work. And there was another opening looking thing here. Let's go and have a look at that. In fact, while we're at it, let's go and have a look in that. Diddly squat, at least that I want on me currently. Oh, it's partially open. Maybe. Ah, look at it. It's all pink. Guess what that is? That is pulsar quartz. So, give me that. Still got plenty of O2 canisters. And there's another way. I was about to say there's another way out here, but this isn't open yet. Actually, how long is it going to take? Because we were at what, 65? Oh, we've actually got to get to giga terraformation. That isn't happening for a little while longer. But as you can see, we're going up a bit, quite a way. We're now at 118 million Ti. Can I have that, please? Thank you. And from my rummages earlier, I do know that there's a couple more of these. Now, normally I wouldn't bother because we don't need it just yet. But considering it's a pain in the neck to come all the way down here, I'm just going to do it, eh? So we've got 5 left. And into another osmium cave, which has diddly squat. So let's load up on a bit more osmium. Actually, we're probably going to need some more explosive powder, so let's grab some sulfur while we're at it. Now, this... I went through that way. I didn't go through this way though, did I? Let's back up this way. You can get a little bit turned around in these things. Open that one already, so let's not worry about... There it is. I knew there was another one around here somewhere. And talking about getting turned around, I think I may have turned myself around already. So let's go out this way. Because here we have another entrance into... Where? Good question, well phrased, don't know. But we've got plenty of O2 on us, and if necessary, there's still stuff around that we can build a quick base with. I know where we are. Look at that. There's that bowl. Remember we were down there and I was looking up at this bowl in the previous episode? Well, this is what is up here. In fact, there is something I do know is down here. But the problem is I've got so much gear on me. I don't know if it's worth coming this way. And that is down here. This is a bit of a different place. There isn't a great deal in here, but there is some things that you might want to take a peek at. And if we run inside here, you end up having to run all the way up and down these things to get in and out of. And it can be a bit fiddly. And that way you can jump up to here. And as you can see, there are boxes in these places. But rocket engines are definitely something that we want. So we can find some more rocket engines in here. Then that's definitely going to be worth it. Well, there's another suitcase one. Ah. Come on, give me rocket engines. That's utter trash. Don't need that. So, let's get up here. We're going to run around. And we're going to look inside these boxes. Unlike the one lying on the ground outside, you can't actually get into those. Or I should say they're not storages. There, and if we come around here, another blueprint, and yeah, that is going to be helpful because that is more iridium rods. And iridium rods, like I say, they're not difficult to make, but having to have 9 iridium per is a little frustrating at times. And I've gotten turned around. I need to go up there. I was just checking that out. Across here and down and out of here. There we go. And as you can see, it's raining again. Now we're starting to get a little bit low on O2. I say a little. We've got a fair whack to get back, but considering I've got all of that super alloy on me, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go this way. There's a bit of a cairn going on there. And to the left are the arches that we had a look at earlier to see if there was anything down there. And there's that satellite that we picked stuff up out of. So and there's the big ship. So we're starting to get an idea exactly how all this is starting to form up. And we've still got plenty of food, plenty of O2. So what we're going to do is going to go back home and then re-kit up. And then I'm going to have a look and see how long I've been recording for. Because I do have to get out to the store a little bit later. Need some eggs for breakfast. Oh, I don't know about you, but poached eggs on a little bit of bacon and some on a bagel for brekkie. Oh, it's so nice. But I'm almost out of eggs, so I need to go grab some eggs. And look at it. Greenery! Right, we're home.